loud one. Good morning, and welcome to Winnipeg. Welcome to The Sun is Doing Its Best to Shine, Winnipeg. Yeah, it's not much of a sunrise over the bridge again this morning, but I guess you're looking at it right now. You'll see what I saw. Oh, I'm guessing an hour ago. Okay. You know, yesterday when I was doing the final edit, I was realizing that I made a little tiny mistake. When I was gluing this one little part onto this piece here, I should have sanded the sides. You know, remember when I glued it together and places where maybe the glue kind of oozed out and so on, or maybe the seams didn't perfectly line up. Well, now it's going to be kind of hard to get my sanding stick or Chris's file or whatever I try to use in there, because I'm going to be accidentally bumping onto this little part that I glued on. So that was a bit of a mistake on my part. I haven't done the other one yet. I'm going to sand it first, or probably file it. I find that this file is fine enough that if you're careful, you don't need to sand afterwards, especially if you're going to be painting something. Okay, let's move on here and see what we can do. Keep going here today. We're on this section right here. I believe we've got everything now except the propeller. So I'm just going to quickly finish this other whatever it is up, and then we'll try and find our propeller. No big news. Oh, my mirror extensions came. I'll be talking about that later. That was a disappointment, as you will see. Okay, let's try not to spend the whole day talking about scooters, e-bikes, sunrises, weather. Let's do some modeling here. So let's go. All right, I think I should be able to get the top okay if I'm really careful. Now, maybe instead of moving the file, I'll move the part. Now, I do believe that the way this is going to go on the ship, we're not going to see this back part of this cylindrical thing. So if I was to scrape on it a little bit, we're probably not going to see it anyway. Let me just check the plans. Yeah, I was right. It goes onto the deck with this part facing out. So all I want to do is just get rid of the burrs there. I think that once that's painted over, it's like I know you can really see where the flashing connected. Now, as for the sides, that's what I was wondering about. We got this half moon shaped thing here, so we don't want to go down too deep. Otherwise I'd end up losing that, right? So we'll just get rid of that. Very carefully here. Once again, I think once this is painted, it's going to be okay. I got a little bit of fuzzy stuff going on there. I suppose maybe my sanding stick here. Pardon my reach here. See, this is the fine one. Just sort of get rid of some of those little burrs if I can. I'll get rid of the worst of it. I'm finding that I'm using my fingernails a lot. I remember, years ago, well, couldn't have been too many years ago, but probably about 4 years ago when I was doing the Bismarck, somebody was talking about when they're sanding and cleaning off flashing, and they said they use their fingernail a lot. Okay, let's try this one now. Maybe I should turn it like this. That way I can sort of keep an eye on this a little better. Now I don't want to be taking that little piece of detailing off there. Okay, that should clean it up here a bit. I think once that's painted, it's going to look pretty good. Now the other one, I'm going to do this before I glue this little part in place. Oh, yeah, I forgot there's a peg in the bottom. It's not going to stand up. Now, sadly, there's a little tiny piece of detailing along one side that accidentally got removed. It was very, very small, about the size of a, not even as big as a grain of sand. But I think that was supposed to have stayed on. But when I was trying to, on the second one anyway, when I was trying to file around it, and it was easier to actually just remove it, because you could see where I was trying to file around it. Not making too much sense, am I? Anyway, yeah, I think they're going to look good once they're painted. Okay, here's our propellers, B-17. And as you can see, I've got Stynylrez primer. And I had wanted to have these, yeah, I wanted to have the brass. So what I've got here is I've got some Windex in a milk jug lid, and it's sitting on a piece of plexiglass here. Now, is this going to dissolve, or am I going to have to get something stronger? Windex would have, you know, if this had been a Tamiya XF paint, it would have been long gone. Okay, I'm going to have to find something different here, I guess. Or is it coming? Sort of do it like this. No. I guess I'm going to have to try something like acetone. Hey, I remembered the name again. I'm getting better. It's only taken 4 years. Actually, longer than 4 years. I think Tennessee Jim was talking about acetone way before the model ship series when I was doing stuff down in my workshop. Yeah, let's just get some acetone going here. I'm going to clean this up. Okay, I've changed my apparatus here a little bit, and this might be a little bit difficult to see, so I'll sort of explain what you're looking at. Because acetone will dissolve plexiglass, at least I think it will, I've got a glass slide here. It's one of my concave glass slides, and the propellers are right over the concave surface, which is approximately 2 centimeters across. And yeah, so I'll move in here in a minute, and I'm hoping that the acetone doesn't dissolve the bristles on that little paintbrush. I suppose they could if it's a cheap kid's paintbrush. I can't remember where I got that one from, but we'll soon find out. Okay, I have dipped my brush into the acetone, and it does not appear to be dissolving or gluing together the bristles. I think I probably need more acetone, or maybe not. Okay, yeah, I think this is going to work. We should have the illusion of it being a bronze propeller. Okay, I'm going to just turn that over and do the other side the same way, and then we'll nip it off. Okay, now there is no sticky backing on the other side there, so these could go pinging off on me. So I'm going to just cover this up with my gimpy finger here. Alright, and I'm going to do the same on this one. Then I don't need to worry about... Okay. We have nipped it off, and because we are not going to be painting these, I don't need to worry about getting wax from the wax pencil stuck on there. And the other one. Okay, we got them. I am a little bit disappointed here. My mirror extension adapters came today, but they're not exactly as pictured. And if let's see if I can zoom in on this here. All right. Yeah, okay. Now what I need is two 10mm screws. One that is right-handed thread, which is this one right here, and one that is left-handed thread, which is this one right here. You can see that the threads run this way on this one, and this way on this one. So that's what I was going by, this picture. But they sent me two right-handed thread ones. And well, that'll work good on my right mirror, but it's mainly the left mirror that I want to get moved out. Yeah, and it's left-handed thread. That was disappointing. Anyway, it's going back. And this is the second one now, the second screw up from Amazon. Now I know it's probably not Amazon's fault. It's the fault of the supplier, whoever it happens to be here. Okay, that's kind of disappointing. Anyway, let's move on here. Okay, we now have all the parts made for step 46, at least for this part of step 46. Let's put it that way. And got a very interesting comment from Jeff. He was saying that that this deck is mounted the wrong way. It should have gone the other way, but I was just checking the manual here, and this is the way it says to have it. And what he was saying is that the motor is actually closer to the back than the front. Now, I didn't think about it, but thinking about it now, I realize that's probably right. Now, just for the fun of it, I'm going to check Stefan's book and see if we can find it. But okay, I'm going to also wrap it up after I check Stefan's book, because I want to get out again. It's not very nice out right now. It looks like it's going to rain, and yet I just checked the weather, and they say no rain, and radar doesn't show anything coming, but sure doesn't look very good. Might be smoke. Anyway, yeah, let's go check Stefan's book and see if we can find this little boat there. I'm pretty sure it'll show it. Okay, here we are in Stefan's book. Okay, here's the boats. It's not this one. It's not this one. this looks a lot like it. This looks a lot like it. The rudder is different. But here's the propeller. Now look at that. Stefan's drawn it wrong too. The motor's supposed to be closer to the back. See if we can find another one. I think maybe that's it for the boats. Anyway, yeah, that's interesting. Let's just get back to it here. Here we are. Yeah, it's definitely got the motor on the front here. Not back here against this bulkhead. Or thwart, or whatever you'd call it on a small boat. Okay, yeah, well, we've checked. That's kind of interesting. It's nice to... Now, you got to remember, this that we're looking at here is just a drawing. I mean, it could be wrong. Yeah, it could be wrong. Well, I do believe that's it for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.